Let's start by opening up Premiere, and then we want to create a new project. Let's choose where we're going to save that. I've got a start file here with my footage, so let's save the Premiere file in there. And we'll name this Alien. Alien's good. Say OK. We want a VCHD, just like we've been doing. We'll create a sequence. Let's just create this sequence. Let's call it clip with sound. That'll make sense later. Let's import our footage. I prefer the Command I. So I press Command I on my, go up to File, Import, and there's my footage. Let's go ahead and import all of this. This is my video clip, this is my sound clip, and this is the music I'm going to use. There. And we're all set up, ready to go. To make sure that, or just to improve my audio, I recorded the audio on an external audio device. This just gave me an opportunity to use a microphone that was closer in proximity to me than the camera was, and it's a little bit better quality in general over the camera. So I've got two pieces of footage that I need to sync. I've got the video that has its own audio, and that audio, by the way, can be moved around. And then I've got the external audio, which is this LS1010 wave file here. So I need to make sure that those are synced, elsewise it will look like a kung fu movie where my lips don't match. So let's toggle those little triangles here and analyze the wave versus the video. Notice that there is a high point here. There's a little high point in the wave, there's a high point in the wave, and that is marking where I had hit this clipboard. Made a noise, so I got a high peak in my wave that's going to allow me to sync those up. So that's why I did that, and that's why they use that clacker in the movies. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just roughly, you can adjust the size of these audio layers by moving up and down just below the layer, but you can only do that if that triangle's toggled. If it's not, it won't allow you to move those up. So make sure that's toggled before you try that. I'm going to roughly get them in close proximity, so I'm just matching that. And then I'm going to zoom in and just once again kind of nudge it there so it matches. If you need to just move it over one frame, you can press Option and then the left and right arrow key, and that'll allow you to just nudge them one frame just so they're matched almost perfectly. So you can hear the quality difference in the audio. What I recommend is turning that video audio off, listening to the footage, then doing the opposite, listening to the footage. You can definitely hear a difference in the sound quality. You also want to make sure that it's actually synced up and you found the right spots. So you can do that by your ear as well. All right, now that is synced up, I don't need this sound file anymore. So to get rid of sound files from your video footage, if you right click and you select this unlink, that will unlink those. You have to click off, so you have to click on another layer, an empty layer, and then click back on the audio. Then you can press delete, and that gets rid of that audio that you don't want. You might as well move that audio footage up so it's close to the video. Okay, so that should be synced up. Now let's go ahead and trim that audio and video. Alright, now that we've got that settled, I like to have things nice and separated out. So we're just going to leave that sequence alone. You might not know that you can create other sequences and put sequences inside those sequences. So now that we just got that there, it's best just to leave that be and create a new sequence. So I'm going to go down to the bottom here and create a new sequence. Same setup, and I'm going to call this clip sound edit or effected. Let's do that. Okay, let's drag that clip with sound sequence that we just created and drag that to our new sequence, and that acts just like any piece of footage. So we've got that sequence with the new sound, so that's kind of acting like its own clip, and we're putting that inside another one to do some more editing to that. So what I'm going to do is trim the front end of this to about 25 seconds, or about there. Doesn't have to be perfect. So that's going to start, it's going to end, it's going to remove all of that business on there. Okay, so we've got a sequence inside a sequence. So let's put a sound effect on the sound. This is like a true confession, so I'm trying to hide my identity. So I'm going to use an audio effect. If you go under audio effects and choose pitch shifter, just drag and drop that to the audio clip, the audio section. Then go to the effects setup under individual parameters. We want to turn this format preserve off. That'll make it sound kind of computery if that's left on. And then just take this pitch down to about 6 or so. Let me show you, so my voice should seem kind of low and affected. Alright, so let's save that. Alright, now what we'll want to do is create that mosaic effect that hides my identity. We changed the sound, so now we want to change the video. Probably I need to change the name of this sequence to move the just clip affected, since I'm going to add more than just sound effects. First thing I want to do is copy this video clip, and so I don't copy the audio along with it. I'm going to press Option and select that video. So I deselected, then I press Option and click that video. That's just going to copy the video, not the video and the audio. So I'm going to say Apple C, and then click on video 2, make sure video 1 isn't selected, and then press Apple V there. Okay, so now I should have 2 video clips. So and they should just be duplicated. What I'm going to do is use a mask. I'm going to apply a mask to this just to reveal my face, and then I'm going to apply the mosaic effect to that same clip, so only my face will look altered. The rest of the footage should look fine. So I want to go ahead and get that mask, and how I do that, or how I've done that, is I first want to make sure that Photoshop file is imported. That's what I'm going to use as my mask. So Apple I, and then choose matte image right there in the footage file. And when you import Photoshop files, it asks you if you want to merge all the layers. Same with Illustrator. In our case, we want to select an individual layer, which is shape 1. Let's go ahead and say OK. There's my shape 1, and I'm just going to drag that to the video 3 layer and make sure that the footage is stretched for the entirety. And then I want to go ahead and move that fuzzy ball so it covers up my face. Probably want to scale it down a little bit so it isn't covering up the whole head there.